Somewhere along the way, talking about art turned into trying to win an argument. It's not enough just to like something anymore. You've got to be able to defend it in a courtroom debate on X or Discord or whatever other social platform. Oh, you liked that game? Cue a cross-examination about frame rates, lore continuity, and whether the studio tweeted something weird or not in 2016. The internet turned media into a courtroom discussion, and the goal isn't to connect anymore, it's to be right. A new show drops, and within 5 minutes, people are already composing 10 Twitter threads on why it's a masterpiece or an insult to humanity. Words like objectively great, undeniably trash, and the ever-mysterious mid get tossed around like they're part of some sacred critic dialect. Like if you use the right language, you win. But chasing that kind of certainty and objectivity kills the one thing that makes art meaningful: how it made you feel. And the way we express that isn't through bullet points or comparison charts, it's through subjectivity. Let's be real, objectivity has its place. Great camera work, smart writing, polished mechanics, these are things that we can analyze. But when the entire conversation stops at technically good, it becomes cold, mechanical, and sterile. Saying Elden Ring is a good game is fine, but it tells me nothing about why it mattered to you. The story is strong as a Yelp review, the story stayed with me is a conversation. It's the difference between reading the back of the box and hearing your friend light up as they talk about the weird game that changed how they see the world or themselves. One is information and the other is connection. Let's look at someone like Video Game Donkey. Whether you agree with him or not, when he talks about a game, it's his voice. You know when he's excited, you know when he's let down, and you know when he is just enjoying himself. That makes his videos stick. Not because he's listing features or anything purely observable, but because you're seeing a real human reaction. Now compare that to your standard IGN or GameSpot review. You get the usual graphics, performance, gameplay loop, 7 out of 10 review. All helpful, but completely interchangeable. You could replace the reviewer with a robot that read the press release for a game, or a GameFAQs article from 2005, and you'd barely notice. This also extends into content creators. Moist Critical, who I genuinely like, sometimes falls into this safe opinion territory. His Moist meter often sounds like he's trying to average out public sentiment instead of just saying how he felt. And when a review is shaped by consensus instead of experience, it turns into noise. And when a critic's voice is rooted in what he thinks the public will agree with, he's not a critic, he's a thermometer. Subjectivity is what makes it awesome to love things that aren't conventionally good. Take Hazbin Hotel, for example. It is, by all means, objectively bad. It's messy, some of the jokes land like a brick through drywall, and the pacing can feel like the show is trying to set a land speed record. But it has soul. The world pops, the music is alive, the animation is beautiful, and the characters have personality, and there's an energy to it that doesn't feel like anything else. That kind of weird, chaotic charm sticks with me. It's not about being flawless, it's about being alive. Now let's take Undertale, one of the most lovingly crafted indie games of all time. Also one of the most unfairly judged. Not because of the game itself, but because of the fan base. People dismissed it because of memes, cringy fans, or awkward convention moments, like you're supposed to evaluate a game based on its Tumblr presence. But none of that changes what Undertale actually is. An emotionally layered, mechanically inventive game that did more with a 2D RPG format than most AAA studios do with a multi-million-dollar budget. If anything, the passionate fanbase just proves how much it resonated with people. When you filter every game through the lens of is it cool to like or will I get flamed for this online, you're not playing the game anymore, you're playing it safe. And here's the real problem. Once you get into that headspace, it starts bleeding into how you consume media. You don't just sit down and watch a movie, you're already writing the letterbox review in your head before the second act. You don't just play a game, you're tracking dialogue and performance and pacing, mentally scoring it like a bad reality show judge. I'm guilty of this. I've watched things purely to form an opinion on them, gone into shows not with curiosity or intrigue, but with a checklist. I stopped asking, did I enjoy this, and started asking, can I defend my take on this in a comments section? And surprise, it sucked the joy out of everything. What snapped me out of it wasn't some high-minded media theory or 6-hour YouTube video essay. It's actually a Minecraft world. We all get the 2-week Minecraft phase, and it just so happened to strike me a couple months ago, and I made a new world. This time though, I went in with zero plans, no Pinterest board, and no YouTube tutorials. Just me and the game. I built pixel art and towers out of blocks I don't normally use, and roller coasters with no practical use. But I loved it. It wasn't pretty, it wasn't impressive, but it was mine, and for the first time in forever, I was coming home excited to play Minecraft. I wasn't just making something to show off. I was making something just because I wanted to. That's subjectivity. That's the spark. So here's a challenge for you. Next time you experience a piece of media, try not to reach for the safest take or even a take at all. Don't ask what you're supposed to say. Ask what it meant to you. Did it move you? Did it surprise you? Did it make you smile? That's enough. That's everything. You don't have to win the argument, you just have to be real. And if that means loving something dumb or ignoring a flaw, great! That's what keeps media alive. People bringing their weird, messy, passionate, authentic selves to the table. Subjectivity matters. Let it. Thank you so much for watching.